Now, first of all, I do want to let y'all know that for the next couple of episodes forward, and eventually, and I get it, but I'm not stopping for sure. No man, no woman is meant to be alone at all. Period. I'm not gonna come on her and try to, cap or anything like that, saying that all men think this way.
Well, I have a question and a statement for you. First of all, sir, um, I forgot the statement, but my question is so you've never loved two women before at the same time?
No, not my whole entire life. No, I never cheated a day before my life.
I ain't asked you about cheating. I'm just saying, just in the dating phase.
Man, he, g-
Okay, I remember my statement
he
now.
he's online. He gotta say that. I
I
don't believe that.
remember my statement now. I'm gonna let him come. Let me let him live. I think I remember my statement. What was it? I forgot again. Damn it. Go ahead.
Sometimes the stuff that comes out of your head, it's not beneficial at all. You do realize that this whole scenario that you're mentioning about, you do realize that it is just about impossible. It's more like a unicorn fairy tale. Like say for example,
It's not
where
possible.
my no, like where my one daughter's telling me a fairy tale story that
Right.
it sounds great. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it just doesn't exist. Many modern day women, they'll literally throw out their accolades and stuff as well. They'll throw out their accolades saying, I have this, I have that. What do you have? I done went to school. I done got a bachelor's degree. I done got a master's degree. I done got all these different things. What do you have? That's a 9 to 5 job? Child. I have to be like real strategic with my networking now. And I have to like really just sit down and just really just vet people.
And just for a record, this is what we would call baby mama drama.
Absolutely.
It's not just exclusive to one race or one particular group.
As y'all could clearly see. As y'all can clearly see.
Urban, tell me what was the win. Tell me because a win in these verses is different for everybody's win. What is your thing that you think that they got the win for?
Terrence Howard.
Child, bye. I'm up in this line.
They shut it down with that. To be cycled through the system. They're not gonna have no type of guidance, no type of support. Then also in the worst case scenarios that they end up developing mental behaviors or mental disorders, which make the situation worse, and which in turn they end up becoming adults, and hence this is where we get people who are sociopaths, psychopaths, chronic narcissists, and all these different other behaviors as well. Y'all know the topic. The topic is talking about women being master manipulators, which this is true. Women are master manipulators. And you keep saying that I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna change that. But yet and still, you have not did it yet. Why? Why? What's the holdup? What is the holdup? Today, on this Monday, on this Motivational Monday, it's time for Urban to give you some tough love. It's time for Urban to tell you to stop procrastinating. They literally correct fake news because they know that negative behavior sells. It's all part of psychology. They know that through the psychology of it all, they know that you as the viewer, you're gonna the first thing that's gonna come into your mind right now is that, hold up, why are they beefing? And what you're gonna do, you're gonna immediately gonna start investigating. You're gonna tune in and find out what is the beef about. It's all part of psychology. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the first official Motivational Monday for 2022. I am the official urban therapist. I appreciate everyone tuning in today. Um, I have a interesting motivational Monday topic that I want to talk to y'all about briefly. But before I start, like always, y'all know how I urban do. Like always, let me go ahead and acknowledge everyone who's in the chat right now. Uh, First of all, who was here today? Oh, Gabe, what's up with it, bro? What's up? Happy New Year's to you. Miss Williams, Happy New Year's as well to you. Miss Wilson, Happy New Year's to you. Appreciate you tuning in. And we got got Mama JW in the house, Mama Joy in the house as well. I appreciate you tuning in as well too. Happy New Year's to you as well. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Now, before I start, I want to also apologize to y'all. And I know I was supposed to start like what 9:48 somewhere around there, but I was kind of having some technical difficulties, and I was trying to resolve that before I actually went live. So I finally got all that resolved. So here I am now. So once again, I apologize for the tardiness of this particular live, but everything is here now. All right. So nevertheless, let's go ahead and jump into this topic today. All right. So it is officially 2022 for us, right? And we all know what happened with 2022, right? Beginning of the year. This is the time where all of us set out certain goals or certain visions for us to accomplish throughout this year. So today I want to talk to you about that. All right. I want to talk to you today about what is your actual vision for 2022. How does that look like to you? Is the vision that you have for yourself, is it realistic expectations or is it unrealistic? Is it something that you know you can achieve within a certain time frame that you have established for yourself? Or is it something that's going to take time for it to be achieved? So we're going to talk about all that, okay? We're going to talk about your visions and everything, and about certain time frames that you put it to place about having it achieved. We're going to talk about all that, okay? So first of all, the most important question is, do you have a actual vision for 2022? Do you actually have a vision for this year? What type of vision do you have for this year? What type of vision do you have for this year? Yeah, I'm talking to y'all. What type of vision do y'all have for this year for yourself? The vision, it also could be something that's on reoccurring as well. Like, say for example, you had a vision for 2021 and you're still in the process of accomplishing that vision, and it does carry over to 2022. In that situation, it is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with carrying over certain visions or go into the next year. Matter of fact, that's what I'm doing right now, and I have certain goals for myself that I'm now carrying out to 2022. It doesn't mean that I never accomplished them or I never did it. It means that it's in progress right now, and it does take a longer time for them type of goals to be accomplished. We call them, these certain type of goals, long term goals. All right. So anything that you created as a vision last year, or it could be the year prior or whatever, them are considered as long term goals. All right. So it's nothing wrong with long term goals. But however, if you have short term goals and you have a certain short term goal and you wanted that short term goal to be accomplished within a certain time frame, and it didn't happen the way that you wanted to, we're gonna talk about that as well too, okay? We're gonna talk about that as well, all right? Um, let's start off with myself. In 2021, I had a couple of goals that I wanted to set for me and for my platform. The first goal that I have set for my platform is that I wanted my platform to be as professional as possible. I didn't want my platform to be on this something that I just threw together. All right. I didn't want it to look like that. I wanted my platform to look as professional as possible. And also, I wanted my platform to have interesting topics and interesting conversation where it challenged people to be engaged and also it challenged people to think and have a different perspective about it, regardless if people agree with what I'm saying or not. Now these this vision or this goal to me was considered as short-term goals. In 2021, as y'all can see, I have accomplished that. If you look back to how the way I started in 2021, where my shows all the way up to how the way it looks now, you could tell that it's a huge transition from night and day. You could tell that it's a huge transition now. Now my platform looks way more professional. I have way more professional equipment. That's all these different things I have literally invested into myself to present my show and my platform into the way that how the way y'all looking at it right now. That was considered as a short term goal for me. Also, me creating the different conversations and topic and stuff. I feel that within 2021 I accomplished that. I have accomplished that greatly. Now, there was another goal that I had set for myself too in 2021, and this is a type of short term goal that um, it was it was realistic to happen, but it just didn't happen the way that I planned it to happen. And this short term goal was for me to reach up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. Unfortunately, I didn't accomplish that goal within 2021. The most views I have right now is I'm at what 371 right now. So I didn't accomplish that particular goal in 2021. But however, just because I made a goal a short term goal, that doesn't mean that I have failed at that goal. What it means is that instead of it being a short term goal, I need to recalibrate that goal and switch it from a short term goal into a long term goal now. Now, notice what I say I need to recalibrate it, or I need to reposition it, or I need to refocus it. So now, my goal to have 1,000 subscribers within 2022 now became a long term goal. In other words, it's a goal that's in transition right now, and it's occurring right now. So last year, when I started with my YouTube being committed with my YouTube channel, I think I started off with like 100 subscribers. No, it was less than that. Actually, I think I had like 50 subscribers at the beginning of January 2021. But now there's some progression. I went from that and now have a 371 subs now. As y'all can see, there's a progression there. And this is why I want to share with y'all right now with your short-term goals and your long-term goal. As long as there's a progression happening, and you can see the progression happening, and that progression is evident, then you're doing good. You're doing good. And you should pat yourself on the back because you are doing good. Now, it's a difference if I have 50 subs, then I'm going into 2022 with 50 subs, meaning that something had happened where I didn't accomplish that goal that I needed to accomplish. Something had happened within that transition. So that's different. As long as you see the evidence of things progressing for you, then you are doing good. You should give yourself a pat on the back. You should be confident that you're moving towards your goal or your end results. And so this could be anything. Like say for example, many people preferably women one of their main goals that they normally try to focus on is that they try to focus on self improvement, meaning that they want to focus on themselves physically, mentally, and spiritually. And so that's what they do. They'll want to end up on joining a workout program. They end up on going and seeking therapy. They end up on being more active involved in whatever type of religious belief system that they are affiliated with or part of. But just because things move at a either at a steady pace or at a slower pace, that doesn't mean that your goals have not been accomplished, okay? Long as you see evidence that it's happening. Like case in point, you was working out for one point in time and you end up shedding 5 pounds. You're accomplishing something. Then upon stopping, then you end up on starting again, then up stopping, then up starting again, so on, so on. But the whole point of it is that you're being consistent and you're keeping at it. You understand what I'm saying? You're keeping at your goals. You're not totally giving up on the goals that you set for yourself. So even right now in 2022, same type of process as well. As long as you're progressing, as long as you're keeping up with your goals and you're not stopping, you are winning. You're winning. Trust me on this. Then also, forget what everybody else says. Sometimes people will be in your life and they'll create a certain expectation for you, right? Because that's their own expectation or that's their personal perception about how the way you should accomplish certain type of goals or certain type of vision. But however, once again, that's their perception of you. That is not your perception of yourself. So once again, I'm telling you and I'm encouraging you and I'm letting you know that as long as you are focused on your goals, long as you have that progression that you're moving, it could be a slow pace, however pace you make it. Long as you are moving and you're striving, you are winning and you're doing great. And I want to tell y'all that too, that you are winning and you are doing great. Okay? Now, I want to share with y'all something too regarding this topic as well. I want to encourage y'all to stay consistent, all right? And just like I stated earlier, sometimes things happen where you're not breaking your consistency, like life events. Like life events always happen, you know what I'm saying? Life events always comes and it challenges you. It's just us being human, all right? But I want to encourage and challenge you to stay consistent, all right? So let me share this with you too. I've seen this online, and I want to share this with y'all real quick too, all right? Let me see if it will pull up correct, because like I said, I've been having some technical difficulties. All right, cool. Matter of fact, let me throw my cell phone here so y'all can see me. Let me go to transparent mode so y'all can see me on here as well. All right. There we go. All right. Now I had seen this on Google, all right, and I felt that this particular thing is very beneficial to the topic that I'm talking about right now. I know some of y'all probably have seen this before, probably either at your workplace or you probably seen it somewhere before. Granted, all right. But I want to show this to y'all again, and I want to revisit this again with y'all so y'all can see this, okay? Now, these are certain keys to success, all right? And I want to share this with y'all. And maybe I may go real in depth into this. Maybe on later I may go really, really in depth into this, or maybe another motivational Monday next Monday I may go into depth with this. But I want to share this with y'all. All right. Now notice these keys to success. First of all, the very first thing that you see is what? Hard work. Hard work. So sometimes we would get into a mood where we be challenged, instead of us embracing the challenge, we end up negating the challenge. We end up pulling away from the challenge. And the reason why we do that by human nature is because of one thing, and that's because of fear. Fear of change. Sometimes we be in a certain space where we be so comfortable where we at, right? Where we don't want to change. Then when we're challenged to change a certain behavior, what we do, it becomes uncomfortable. But it requires for you to do the work, to put the work in. Now, what does it mean by putting the work in? It means that you're putting into the effort, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. It means that you're putting forth the effort to accomplish it, wherever it is, wherever the case may be. You're putting in the work, even if that work makes you uncomfortable. Now, I want to reveal something to y'all, all right? And y'all may think that everybody probably lying about this, but I'm dead serious about this, all right? One part of the hard work that I had to put in for myself is that I was very, very uncomfortable. First of all, I was very uncomfortable with speaking publicly to people. That's the first thing. Second thing is that I was very, very uncomfortable with networking with other people. And the reason why I was in that space is because of fear. It's because I'm so comfortable with doing things on my own, accomplishing certain things on my own, that I felt like I didn't need to go into the avenue or revenue or network with other people or talking to other people. That's how the way I felt. But I had learned throughout my transitional period that networking is actually beneficial for me. And I also learned as well that me learning to be in front of people and actually speaking to people and engaging people is also beneficial for me as well too. But it made me uncomfortable because I'm more of depending on the situation, I could be an introvert, meaning that I want to be in my own personal space. I really don't want to engage people. I'm cool with that. But I had to learn to convert myself from being from an introvert into more of an extrovert, meaning I had to be more outspoken, I had to be more engaging and everything. But it took a lot of hard work for me to get to that point. It didn't happen overnight because once again, I was comfortable in that space. So it took a lot of hard work for me to get out of that comfort zone. I had to challenge myself. I had to push myself. I had to literally put myself in situations where I had no other choice but to speak in front of people and to network with people. So that hard work helped me out, which this transitions to the next part about the persistent part. Now, the only way that persistence happen is that you have to make persistence happen. It has to be something in you, embedded in you that, look, no matter what it is, I'm going to accomplish this. Some people want to look at this as far as pride or ego, which that is fine. Pride and ego is fine, as long as it's being utilized also in a positive way. So it's fine. It's okay. It's okay to have pride. It's okay to have ego. It's okay. So you have to be persistent in it as well. You put in the hard work, and you have to be persistent as well. One other thing about me as well, too, about for us my platform, for us what I'm speaking about, is that I had to learn also that I had to learn. I had to learn my craft. All right. So I had to be informed. I had to be educated about my craft. So wherever it is that wherever goals or wherever vision you have set forth, part of the hard work is that you have to put in the work to learn your craft and to perfect your craft, whatever it is. Wherever it is. Like say for example, what you Gabe. Gabe, you was telling me that you're a musician and stuff, right? So part of the hard work is that you have to learn your craft. So in other words, you have to learn the basics about being whatever type of musician that you are. So meaning that you have to go back and be educated. You have to learn about what's a G flat, or them type of things. What type of key do you use? All these different basic knowledge. You have to go back and learn that, right? And not only you have to learn it, you have to practice it as well too. You have to be consistent with it and persistent as well. It may be times where what I'm saying, you got your one instrument, you playing a B minor or whatever it is, so you mess around and play the G flat and mess the whole thing up, and you probably get frustrated about it. But you became persistent. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep doing it until I get it right, until I perfect it. So that is why it's important for you to learn your craft. Likewise, the same thing with me and stuff. As I'm had the title of the official urban therapist, it's important for me to learn my craft so I could come back and present it to y'all. It's important for me to learn different aspects about sociology, and it's also important for me to learn about different aspects or various fields of psychology as well, so I could come back and present it to y'all as content. So I have to be consistent. I have to go back and research and study. Takes for me to going to schooling. It takes for me to invest into certain things. Then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna invest into certain things so I can perfect my craft. That's what I have to do. So hard work, persistence, of course, late nights as well too. Every person who's a business person, right? They can relate to this. There have been a lot of times where even when they wasn't getting paid for the things that they was doing, right? They sacrificed late nights, constantly researching, constantly evolving the thing that they're going after, constantly trying to figure out what would be the best course of action or what would be the best move to perfect their personal craft or perfect their certain vision that they have for themselves, no matter what it is. Like, say for example, once again, your vision is probably on weight loss. You want to lose weight. You have a certain target weight goal, so you become consistent in it. You start moving in it. You start now. You find you go and research a reasonable person who could be a weight trainer. You start learning about about your body mass weight. You start going to like a clinician, whatever stuff, right, and learn about what type of diets that you need that will help you to get to your target goal. You put it into the work. You're committed to it, and you stand. You're being persistent with it. You're putting in the work into it, even if it requires for you to make sacrifices. Now, another part of this too is the rejection part. Now, this rejection part is very, very important, and I want y'all to understand this. Okay, rejection is very, very important for you. All right, rejection is what's going to help you to evolve into wherever it is that you're trying to evolve into. I would encourage each and every last one of y'all to embrace rejection. Rejection is part of the human experience. Not everyone is going to be on your side. Not everyone is going to be on your team. Not everyone is going to cheerlead you on to your success. People are going to reject you. People are going to, quote unquote, be a hater. People are going to find reasons to try to put you down or put you on their level. But I encourage y'all to embrace the rejection. Embrace it. Don't fear it. And also, don't allow the rejection to stop your progression. Don't get into a space where, oh man, people is not cheering me on and woe is me. Then you enter into this depressed state because you're not having a certain support that you're trying to look for. Your number one fan is you. You should be your number one fan. Then if others want to jump onto the bandwagon and be a number one fan or be a fan for you as well, cool, let them do it. But however, you should always be your number one fan. Like heck, one thing that I learned, and I learned this last year. Matter of fact, I learned this from George Chit last year. They had challenged me to go back to, and review my videos because I never did. I really never took the time out to review my videos and stuff. But they encouraged me to do it, like, hey, why don't you just go back and do your own review, your videos? So I started doing it. When I started doing that, right, I had realized something. I had realized that, man, I love myself. I am awesome. I am awesome. Like, man, look at how the way I do this, and look at how the way I say this, and look at how the way I articulate these certain things. Then I started giving myself certain type of criticism as well too. Like, okay, well maybe I need to do it this way, or maybe I need to do it this way, but it's helping me. It's helping me. Likewise with yourself, you should be your number one fan, and also you should always be your first line of criticism or constructive criticism within yourself. You. Before anyone else. You. Because out of everyone, you know your strengths and you know your weaknesses. You know your strengths and you know your weaknesses better than other people know it. Better than other people know it. So why not embrace that? Why not you be your own number one fan and you criticize or you critique yourself? That way when people come back and they try to critique you, maybe it probably something that they said and you already recognize it about yourself. And then it won't be so hard of a quote unquote bad rejection, if that makes any sense. If that makes any sense to y'all. Now, another part of this too is dealing with sacrifices as well. Matter of fact, I'm talking about both of these sacrifices and discipline, because I kind of want to touch on criticism a little bit. So, sacrifices and discipline is very, very, very important as well too. You have to be willing to make certain sacrifices. And you have to be disciplined as well too. Now, Urban, what do you mean by that? What do you mean about that? There are certain things that you know about yourself that you need to reevaluate or you need to get rid of. There are certain habits that you do that prevents you from elevating or prevent you from progressing. It may be inconsistent habits. It may be other type of habits that you do. But you have to learn that you need to sacrifice them habits that you have and to have self-discipline as well. Like for example, certain people know how to say certain things to you that immediately trigger you right off the bat. It'll put you in a space where you're mad and you're upset and you're doing all these things and you're out of character or you're out of pocket. But these people know how to trigger you or to push your button. Why not practice sacrificing that thing, learning about yourself, sacrificing that thing, and have discipline, knowing you and knowing where your triggers are at. Knowing where your triggers are at and have discipline for yourself. Another thing that I'm reminded of about this is that biblically people say that you need to know the weapons of warfare or your enemy, and normally in this case biblically they talk about the one enemy, which is son the devil or Satan, however way you want to put it. But I find that to be true in life, period. That you have to understand and know the warfare of people who come against you. People who will literally criticize you. People who will literally doubt you. People who will literally try to take you out of character. Because they're in a certain space where they at, and they want you to be in that same set space as well. So it takes for you to make a sacrifice, meaning that you have to commit to changing yourself, and you have to be disciplined in knowing that hey, the work that you're doing is going to change. And yes, that's correct, Miss Wilson. Spiritual discernment is very, very vital and is very, very key to have that discernment. You're absolutely correct on that. And it's very important for you to embrace that. Very important. Because if you don't understand that, then it's going to prevent you from progressing into where you desire to be at, wherever it is. And I want to let y'all know that the reality is that there are always going to be things that's going to come against you. There are always going to either be people that's going to come against you, or probably even nature itself may come against you. But once again, the persistence in you and you being disciplined, that's what's going to help you to progress. Now, within this discussion, normally I was talking about sacrifice and discipline. I talked about criticism, and I was talking about doubts. Let's talk about failure real quick. One of the biggest thing for us dealing with ego and dealing with pride is dealing with failure. We all are human, right? And we all want to accomplish certain things that we have set for our life, right? So when we end up putting forth our effort into it and we go 100% in it, or further than that, 200%, whatever in it, then you end up failing in that. It hurts your pride and ego, right? It hurts you, right? There been some things that last year. Matter of fact, there's some things last year that I was trying to accomplish right, and I put in my full effort into doing it, and it just did not work. I literally failed at it. I felt bad about it. I felt defeated about it. But however, I had learned about myself. I learned something about myself. I learned that failure is part of the process. I learned to accept failure as part of the process. I learned to have discipline, even with my pride and ego. I learned that it's okay to accept and help and feel the emotion of being a failure. Because by me learning it and after experiencing it, I could go back now and share with other people how the way it feels to fail at certain things and motivate people that even though you fail at a certain thing, that doesn't mean that it's the end. That doesn't mean that it's over. All it means is that it's time for you to go back, revisit, reevaluate, and keep pushing forward. I believe that also that some things that we try to go and accomplish, I believe that sometimes the very universe itself prevents us from doing that because it will end up derailing us from our overall divine purpose in life. I honestly believe that. I believe that the one universe will purposely put certain not only stumbling blocks, but put up a straight, um, immovable brick wall to prevent you from going to that certain place because it's not beneficial for you and your divine purpose. But you have to understand that that's part of the process. You have to understand that. You have to understand that when that situation happens, as Miss Wilson said, spiritual discernment, when that situation happens, you have to have that discernment and understand, like, hey, it just wasn't meant for this to happen the way that I planned it to happen. So let me go and regroup. Let me go and reevaluate. Let me go and do something different. But still focus on the number one goal or number one plan that I'm personally trying to strive. One final thing, then I promise Urban done, all right? The last part of this thing is on taking risks. Now, this is a big one for Urban. Um, I'm a type of man that I like for things to be structured, all right? Furthermore, I like for longest I know or let me put it to y'all this way. Longest it's certain things that I know I can control, I'm comfortable with that. So that's what I would do. I would do certain things that I know I can control. I know what the outcome would be. And that's where my comfort zone was at that time. But I had learned by doing things like that, I had learned that even doing things like that, it prolongs your progression. It prolongs your progression. Like say for example, right? Um, there may be an opportunity where a person may come into your life, right, and offer you a business proposition. This person has come out the blue and offer you a business proposition, and by you not having that discernment or anything like that, you're probably in a missing out on that opportunity because you're comfortable in the comfort zone or where you at right now, instead of taking that risk and seeing if it really is what it is or not. That opportunity probably could have been something that literally could have boost you all the way up to where you need to be at. But instead of taking the risk and doing it or investing into it, you're like, well, no, I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna stay right here and do this, and I'm just gonna want to slowly progress up. There have been plenty of times where I had did that, where I had missed out on opportunities. I was afraid to take the risk. I was afraid to invest into the risk. Even in business, everything within business is always going to be some type of risk involved. Everything. And when you take the risk, it's either gonna benefit you or it's not. And this still deals with also the concept with failure and doubts and everything, all right? But you have to be willing to take that risk. You have to be willing to see how far it goes. Here's another one point too, right? Remember earlier when I was telling y'all about me being uncomfortable with networking with other people or networking with other content creators? I was very uncomfortable with that at first. Now, when the opportunity presented itself, I ended up meeting with Moneyboy Trade, George Chit Chat, met with Gabe, met with Part of My Presence, met with Mad Militant. Who else I met? Met with a whole lot of different content creators, right? Now, if I didn't take the risk to be a part of the networking with them, then my progress would have been slow. My progress would have been way slower than where it's at right now. But I had chose, even though it made me uncomfortable, I had chose to take that risk and just see how it goes. Just to see how it went. Sometimes when you take risks, things don't work out. There were certain content creators who the first I was affiliated with. Now I barely talk to them. But that's all part of the risk process. And furthermore, just because I started off with them, it doesn't mean that I'm always going to be with them, if that makes any sense. I believe that also there's always a time and season for everything. Even when you networking with people, there's always a time, a place, and a certain season for that. Sometimes it'd be a short-term season for certain people. Sometimes it'd be short-term, and once when that season is over, it's just over. Don't need to fight it or try to protect it or anything like that. But you have to embrace it. Other seasons, it may be a lifetime season with other people. If it be the case with that, you embrace that as well. And yes, you could you could relate this in relationships as well too. By the way, some relationships are meant to last a lifetime. Some relationships is just a season because it's teaching you a certain lesson that you need to learn and you need to understand to help with your elevation, to help with your evolution, to help with your progression. And that's the universe way of trying to teach you. But you have to have the discernment to know the difference between that. And unfortunately, this is what happens, unfortunately, even in relationships. Sometimes we make short-term relationships a long-term thing when it wasn't supposed to be long-term. It is supposed to be in a season, short term, but we try to hold on to it. Then we try to um make it more than what it is. We try to change it. We try to manipulate it. We try to control it. Then when it get completely out of control, then we end up be put into a certain space thinking, "Woe is me," and all. You know how it is. But right off the bat, their relationship was a short term, and you just needed to let it go and embrace it for what it is. Or the relationship is long term. But it's your responsibility to understand the difference between the two. It is your responsibility to understand the difference between the two. So all these topics that I covered right now, and I guess I went on and decided to do it because I just feel that it was just meant for me to just go ahead and say it. All right, everything that I'm sharing with you on this right now, I want y'all to take the opportunity to go back and evaluate this within yourself. Incorporate this within the visions that you have planned for 2022. Incorporate this. And I guarantee that if you stick to this right here, I guarantee that your year of 2022 will be very successful for you. If you use this as a game plan, if you use this as a strategy. One last thing too as well is that it is very unbeneficial for you to not have a type of game plan with any type of vision that you have for yourself. If you're just thinking about it and you have not manifested that thing, you haven't written it down, you haven't created a vision board about it or anything like that, then to be honest with y'all, and I'm being real with y'all as a brother, to be honest, that thing is dead because you never took the time to manifest it. Whatever vision you have for yourself, it must be manifested so you can physically, tangibly can see it. So you can physically and tangibly see it. Not just in your mind, but it have to be manifested. It have to be manifested. Just like I say, if it takes for you creating a vision board, because I know a lot of people does this, which that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. If you're creating a vision board for yourself, that's your manifestation of your vision or your goals that you have set for yourself. If you're writing it down on paper and have a framework, have it framed and everything, and put it in front of your desk or put it in front of you so you can see it every single day, that's what you need to do. It need to be manifested within yourself, so within your physical reality, so you can be consistent with it. That way, you can apply all these different success tips within yourself. You can apply that to the vision or to your goals. Then when you do that, I guarantee that you're going to see success in it. You're going to see success in your goals. I guarantee that. So I challenge y'all today to do that. I challenge y'all today to be consistent in your goals, wherever it is. I also challenge y'all as well to have self-encouragement within yourself. Don't just try to look for people to validate you all the time. Is it wrong for people to validate me? No, it's not. But when you're trying to seek that, and that's the only way that's going to motivate you is for you to seek validation from other people, I'm telling you right now that not everyone is going to be on the same bandwagon as you for various reasons. Maybe they're going to be jealous of you, whatever the case may be. They're not. So it's important for you to encourage yourself to be your number one fan. To know that you're number one. Regardless of what people feel or think about you, you're number one. One last thing too. I had did a video a year ago. Matter of fact, it was my first video I did a year ago about Kevin Samuels, right? And it was based on his average as best video, right? And I had did a review on that video. I had said this about myself, right? I said that I see myself as being a 10. People disagree with that because, of course, people, they be on the bandwagon with Kevin Samuels, and all the different things like that, based on Kevin Samuels' definition of being a 10 or being high value. I said that I see my personal self as a 10 because I know that I am. Regardless of how the way people perceive me to be, that's how I see myself, period. I see myself as a 10 and I see myself as a high value man. Regardless of whatever parameters that Kevin Samuels did to set or put forth, I see myself as that, period. And of course, people came back and started criticizing about that. Nah, I ain't this and that, blah, blah, blah. Well, F y'all. I'm a 10. And that's how the way I see myself. And that's what motivates myself to be the person that I am every single day. Likewise, same thing. You should always think highly of yourself. Do not never let people put you to a certain standard that they want you to be or they feel like that you should be. You should always think highly of yourself because that's part of you motivating yourself. That's part of you encouraging yourself. That's part of you being persistent with yourself and everything. So yeah, I believe that you should always think highly of yourself. Every single time. So everyone, I appreciate y'all tuning in. This is a long motivational Monday, y'all. But I appreciate y'all tuning in to the show. I've been seeing everyone come in. Sorry, I haven't been putting it up, because you know how I been do. Once when I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone. Yeah, once I'm in the zone, Urban is in the zone for real. But yeah, once again, I appreciate it, everyone. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Continue to subscribe to my channel. And like always, y'all continue to fight fate with faith. And I will see y'all in the next discussion. Peace out, and y'all have a great Monday.